5 things you need to know before starting a YouTube channel. Are you looking to start a YouTube channel? Well, it's a great time, and actually it's never been easier to make videos. If you've got a smartphone, then you're good to go. But it can be overwhelming. So we're going to address the key actionable steps you need to think about to get your channel started. We're going to cover in this video the 5 things that you really need to know before starting your YouTube channel. These are what YouTube wants from you, how to position yourself for success, how to serve your audience, starting your channel, and critically, what videos are you going to make? Now make sure that you stay till the end, because I'm going to share with you some of the major mistakes rookies make and you absolutely must avoid. But let's get started. So let's take a look first at what YouTube wants from you. To be successful on YouTube, you have to realize that you have 2 customers, 2 audiences if you like, to keep happy. Your audience and YouTube itself. So the critical question is, what does YouTube want? Well, basically, YouTube wants more traffic. They want more people watching videos on YouTube so they can show more advertisements and make more revenue through advertising. They basically want more viewers. So if you've already got existing social media channels and an email list and all this sort of thing, then you can send that traffic and those people to YouTube to watch your videos. And you'll need to think about how you can set up those channels to send that traffic through to YouTube to make sure that YouTube can see that your videos are getting views. But you don't need to do anything now, you just need to remember this key principle. Next, YouTube will want your viewers to watch your videos for as long as possible. So your videos have to be engaging, they have to entertain, and they have to inform, and hopefully this video is doing all 3. Then, more than anything, they want your viewers to watch another one of your videos, and another. So they want your viewers to stay on YouTube and keep watching YouTube content. And that's at the heart of the whole of the YouTube algorithm. Now this means that you have to design your content with this in mind. So think about clustering topics together, creating a series of videos, organizing your playlists into stimulating content areas that people will want to go and watch in groups. And of course, make sure you include cards and end screens in your videos to keep people getting interested in the content that is coming and is following on from the video that they're actually watching. So these 3 principles of making sure that you're sending traffic to YouTube, that your viewers are watching your videos, and then they're watching even more of your videos, have to underpin your YouTube strategy for YouTube. So that covers what YouTube wants from you. Let's take a look now at how you position yourself for success. This is all about discussing what your channel is going to be covering. What is it going to be about? Because it absolutely has to have a central theme and focus. And this should ideally be fairly niche. You cannot be all things to all men. You have to niche down and really tackle a subject in depth. But this subject, this focus, this niche must be something that you are passionate about, that you are expert on, and about which you can be enthusiastic. I love making videos like this, and hopefully this enthusiasm gets across to you. This means you have to have a single focus, or you have to produce a niche that has a cluster of related interests. So you have to be thinking about what your channel is actually going to be tackling. And on this foundation, you absolutely have to add the extra element of value. Your content must create value for your audience. You must focus on answering questions, on solving problems. Think about what people are searching for in your niche that you can help them with, and make a video about it. Put your topic into YouTube search and take a look at the top ranking and most popular videos. What is this telling you about your niche and how you can serve your audience? So that's the core to positioning yourself for success. But who is your target audience? Now, if you're focusing on your niche, you have to think about who are the people you are helping. What do they ask you about? If you don't know, send out a survey to your email list and ask them what their biggest challenge, their biggest problem is, and see what answers you get back. This is critically the third leg of your channel strategy. It's understanding what you can deliver to your audience, providing what your audience wants, not what you want to give them. Remember, this WIIFM is absolutely critical. People are always thinking, what's in it for me? And if they're watching one of your videos, that's exactly what they will be asking. I'm watching this video, what's in it for me? So, what do you do well? You should create groups of 20+ videos around each of these topics, which tells YouTube that you're an expert on the subject. So if that's addressed the question of who your target audience is, then we need to think about how you go about starting your channel. Now, it's critical that you start your channel in the right way. You don't get off on the wrong foot. And this little diagram explains it all. We've talked about what YouTube wants. We've talked about what your audience wants and what you're good at. And you can see where these circles intersect. Now, it's all well and good if you produce videos which cover your expertise and try to address what YouTube wants, but you don't actually answer the questions or solve the pains or problems for your audience. Equally, it's not very useful if you focus entirely on your audience but don't produce content in the way that YouTube likes to deliver it. So you have to get into the middle of this and address all three at the same time. So you have to focus on your niche. You have to find your own style. You have to position and brand your channel to reflect your values and the content and the topics you're addressing. And you need to communicate your unique selling points to your audience. And you do this through your channel branding. So you have to create a style of content that fits the YouTube platform. This means your channel branding has to be spot on, and when your viewer lands on your channel, they must understand what it's about. What value are you offering them? What benefits will they gain from subscribing to your channel and watching your videos? You can tell them in your banner, you can tell them in your summary, and you can tell them in your intro video to your channel. So you really have to focus on the value that you offer to your viewers. That's the critical key aspect to starting your channel. And as long as you keep your channel focused on your viewers, you're on the right track to have a successful channel. So let's take a look at topic selection. We've already explained and addressed the issue that you're focused on a niche, but how do you choose the topics within that niche? The simple question is to look at what problems can you solve, what pain can you relieve, and what questions can you answer. Together, the broad cluster of your videos on a topic should be strongly interrelated. After this, I'm going to make a couple of videos on how to get your first 100 subscribers and then how to get your first 1,000 subscribers, because it's a logical follow-on from this video. Always start with the title and keywords when you're looking for a topic. Go into YouTube, type out an explanatory, a suggestive topic and see what comes up. Then take a look at which long tail keywords have relatively low competition. Now, if you can use tools such as TubeBuddy, vidIQ, Keywords Everywhere, all of which have got free options. I think Keywords Everywhere, to have any effect, you really need to pay a few dollars to get some credits. But use those tools to try to find out the long tail keywords associated with a topic that you can compete for. So when you're looking at the competing videos, this means you need to take a close look at, for any individual video, how many channel subscribers that the person who's made the video has got, how many views that video has got, and when was the video published. So here's an example from Catherine Manning. Now, Catherine's got 269,000 subscribers, so she's way, way ahead of where I am today. But this video, How to Start a YouTube Channel in 2020, has got 1.5 million views, and she only posted it 6 months ago. So it's actually a very tough video for me to rank again, and that particular keyword, how to start a YouTube channel in 2020, is going to be really tough to compete against. But if I look at Annie's channel here, she's got 70,000 subscribers, still a lot more than me, but her keyword, which is much closer to the keyword of this video, is 10 things to do before starting your YouTube channel in 2020. So I've said 5 things you need to know before starting a YouTube channel. She's got 70,000 subscribers, but the video has got 14,000 views in 3 months. So relatively speaking, this is a less competitive keyword to focus on while still addressing the topic. Note, however, she's still put how to start a YouTube channel 2020 into her title. So she's still going for part of that audience. So you have to remember what YouTube wants. You have to create content that your viewer will want to keep watching. And to do this, to stimulate them in your video, you should be hinting at something to come at the end. Now, in the beginning of this video, I told you to stick till the end because I'm going to tell you about some crucial mistakes you need to avoid. But you also can create a related series of videos, and you can create authoritative playlists, as we've already mentioned. So that's the key aspects to thinking about your topic selection. Let's take a look now, as I promised, at what not to do. And this is absolutely critical. Remember that starting and growing a YouTube channel is a marathon, not a sprint. And you absolutely must not try to cut corners. So do not sub for sub. Do not offer to follow somebody's channel if they subscribe to you back. Do not under any circumstances buy subscribers. It's against YouTube's T&Cs anyway, and if they catch you doing it, when they catch you doing it, because they will eventually, they'll simply close your channel down and it'll be a complete waste of time. Do not go onto large channels and leave comments saying, oh, come and watch my video on my channel. That's just spammy. And don't beg for subscribers, but you can always ask nicely. But the critical thing is just play this for the long term. Understand that you have to take the basic steps, get them right, and start to build a channel over time that will gradually gain momentum and become something successful. The minute you try to cut corners and shortcut the process, I guarantee you are setting yourself up for failure. So those are the critical things you must not do. And I hope I've really got that message across because it is critically important. So that really concludes what I was discussing for this, the 5 things you need to know before starting your YouTube channel. Hopefully with these principles, you're now in a really good place to actually start thinking about how you can start to put your YouTube channel in place and start moving forward to create it a successful channel that will ultimately successfully make money for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then definitely remember to subscribe to my channel and to share. And I'd love to know what you are doing with your channel today. How many subscribers have you got and when did you start? And I'd be fascinated to hear about your development. But just leave a comment telling me, what your channel is and how many subscribers you've got and when you've started. And if you enjoyed this video, then you'll see in the end screens that there are a couple of other videos that you'll find really helpful to watch after this one.